Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Excited to be with y'all today. We have a gorgeous fall afternoon on our hands. It's actually like record high temperatures today. We're talking about 85 degrees in November. It's just kind of unheard of, but we ain't mad at it, and we're gonna try to take advantage of this opportunity and catch some fish. We're on a lake that is fishing pretty well right now. The crappie are biting pretty good, the bass are biting pretty good, so we're gonna do a little bit of both. We're gonna start doing some crappie fishing on some brush piles just up around the corner here. We're gonna be taking our Cole and J crappie magnet bundles out there with us. You know, the last couple times we have showcased the bundles we were on a different lake, so we wanna show you that you can actually catch fish with these things literally anywhere and everywhere. We're going to be primarily using just jig rods today because we're fishing brush piles. This is the ACC Crappie 6 11-foot jig rod. It's my favorite one to use. And we've got it already rigged up with a 16th ounce eye hole jig head from Crappie Magnet. The eye of the hole on this jig head is hollowed out so you can infuse it with the slab bites from Crappie Magnet to add some extra scent. That color is monkey milk. That's always the color that I seem to start off with. It's just a big major confidence color. We'll show you guys some of the colors that are inside the kit later on, but we're excited to get this mission underway. Hopefully y'all are too. Hopefully we can put some crappie in the live well and then some big bass in the boat. That would be the most ideal situation. But anyways, we're gonna get after it. Y'all are excited for today's adventure. Do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and let's see what we can catch today. Let's go. We're heading up to spot number one. It's actually just around the corner. It's a really popular spot, and for whatever reason, like almost all the fish in this dang lake go there this time of year. It's kind of warm. You really want it to be a little bit cooler for crappie, but we had some cold days last week and it should have them pull up in there. I saw a bunch of shad when we originally launched the boat. So it should be good, but only time will tell. We'll dip those little crappie magnets in the brush pile and we'll know very quickly if we're gonna catch them or not. Fish on. Oh, there we go. First pile we're up on and we've got our first fish. It's a little guy, but we'll take it. In the past, whenever I fished here, I've had to go through a bunch of little guys to get some keepers. The keeping size out here is 10 inches, so we'll see what happens. If this pile doesn't produce any big ones, then we'll have to maybe search around and try to find another one. But the spot seems to be loaded. A little black crappie to get the day started. Go ahead and send it back. And if this doesn't work out, then we'll just grab our bass rods and we'll go bass fishing somewhere. But first, I want to make sure there weren't any crappie in here. Oh, baby. That might be a keeper. I think that's a keeper, buddy. Hey, second fish of the day. And I think we got our first keeper. That's a nice white crappie. First one was the little black crappie. This is definitely 10 inches. But we'll put them on the little crappie little measuring device to make sure. I think it's about time to give this thing a bath. It's pretty slimy. Here, fish. I think you really don't need to be measuring him. He's definitely 10 inches. Yeah, he's a 12 incher. No, he's an 11 incher. 11 inch white crappie to get the party started. We're gonna be eating good tonight. If we can catch about 4 or 5 more of these, it'll be good. We'll throw them in a live well and get back after it. I'm trying to catch 20 crappie. As soon as I catch 20 crappie, I can go bass fishing. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. That's another keeper. Let's go. All right, there's our second keeper of the day. That's a nice black crappie. We got a keeper white crappie and a keeper black, and look at how he got that jig. Got him. Let's go. That's a big one. That's a giant. It's a giant crappie. Is that white? Is that a crappie? Oh my gosh. That's a crappie. It's a giant crappie. Get up here. Let's go, boy. Let's go. Guys, look at the size of that big old white crappie right there. You know, they get much bigger than this, but this is really nice compared to the ones we've already caught today. He's probably 13, maybe 13 and a half inches long, a little over a pound. If we could get a big mess of these, that'd be sick. But I'm glad to have at least one good slab in the live well. If you catch this guy and maybe like, you know, 6 or 7, 10 inches, I'll be feeling really, really good about it before we go bass fishing. But we're gonna throw him in the live well, get back after it. Oh no. Oh gosh. Did it break? Dang. It was a really nice fish. So, at least it felt like it. So this tree that I'm fishing, we can talk about this tree. It's a huge tree. And it comes all the way down here past the boat. And one side's got a lot of branches and it's really snagged. The other side's pretty clean. And it looked like there were some bigger ones chilling on the branchy side. And so I hooked him and then he got stuck in the bush and just snapped me right off. And it felt like a good one, like a solid crappie. Could have been a bass, but I think it was just a solid crappie, but we're gonna have to retie and get back in there and see if we can't get a little bit of redemption. I might have to get right on top of it and like drop the bait straight on top of the bushes, because when you have a bunch of branches, you can't really swing the bait through it because you just get stuck. I drop it straight down. Man, that sucks. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. He got me stuck in the bush for a second. Little guy, little tiny black crappie. There's a bunch down there. Let's get another one. Got you. Gotcha, they're flying in the boat. Is there a black crappie? No little black crappie. Like I mentioned, they gotta be 10 inches. This one here is probably like 7. Another little crappie. This time we've got a white crappie. He's a little bit larger. He's getting close to that 10-inch mark. You see those white crappie, they got those vertical bars on them and they're a little bit more elongate. And also white crappie have these gigantic mouths. All crappie have kind of big mouths, but the white crappie got huge mouths. They're like clones. There's so many of this size. It started off pretty good as far as like our catches to keep ratio, but now we're kind of, I think we've caught maybe 10 or 12 now. And we've only got a couple on the box. Still cool, still fun. I'd rather catch a non-keeper than not catch anything at all. A little bit bigger. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. We're gonna put him on the crappie slide and see. I bet he's 9.5 though. I've caught too many 9.5-inch crappie to know this guy's probably not gonna make it. Still a really solid fish, and there's a lot of places where you can keep, you know, an 8-inch fish, or there's not a size limit. And if we were in one of those places, this guy would be going in the live well, because 9.5-inch fish are awesome. But maybe he's 10. Survey shows that it is a 9 3/4 inch, or 10-inch marks right there. 9 3/4. He'll be a 10-incher next year. Smallest one of the day right there. They're getting smaller. We might have to find ourselves another brush pile. Finally, we got ourselves another keeper. I think we probably caught close to 40 fish so far, and this is our 4th keeper. So you gotta go through 10 fish to get 1 keeper. Those odds aren't that great, but they're biting really good. So at least we're out here having fun catching fish. But man, I wish that the keeper ratio was a little better than that. Even if it was like every 5 fish or 6 fish, or I guess even 7 fish, it would seem like it was better. But I feel like at any moment a school of fish this size could swim up. I think I'm catching fresh fish. I don't think I'm just throwing the same fish over and over again. There's just so much life out here. There's shad and there's just people catching fish everywhere. But that's another good, solid, no doubt keeper black crappie. We're gonna throw them in the live well with the others and see if we can't catch a couple more. But our time crappie fishing is about up. I've allotted a certain amount of time for crappie fishing because I want to have plenty of time to try to catch a big bass. See if we can catch a couple more big slabs before we do that though. Another 9.5-incher. These guys seem so big compared to like the tiny little 7-inch white crappie I've been catching. They just got more build to them. They're stockier, they fight harder, but not gonna make the live well. As I mentioned earlier, this is a really snaggy brush pile, and I've been getting hung up in it a lot, but I haven't been losing very many jig heads, and it's because of this little nifty tool right here. This is made by Crappie Magnet, and this is called a lock and knock. And I'll show you guys how this thing works. So basically, my jig is stuck in the brush pile. You get your line tight, and it has this little twist lock mechanism and a little groove where you slide this thing onto your line. So you slide onto your line, and then you twist the little lock and knock to where it's locked on there. And all you do is you send it down your line. We're gonna send it. A lot of times it'll knock it loose on the first drop, but we're gonna shake the rod a couple times. Boom, it's free. It's not intrusive. We don't have to stick our pole down in the brush pile and break our rod tips and spook the fish. And I mean, I've gotten every jig back today that I've sent this thing down to go get. So this is something that I feel like you guys are definitely want to try out if you haven't tried anything out like this before and you like to fish for anything in brush piles. I think this thing saves you a ton of money. They come in a 3-pack. I think it's like $7, so definitely worth your buck. We'll leave a link in the description along with all the other Crappie Magnet products we're using today. But we're gonna send this jig down here a couple more times so we catch a couple more fish, but I want to go bass fishing now. I've caught enough small crappie today. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be dangerously close. I'm trying to get one more crappie. I don't know, I can't leave them. I'm so addicted to catching these crappie, even though I want to go catch a bass, but I just want to get one more keeper. I think if we get one more, I think we'll have 5. It's gonna be so close. Oh snap. Oh snap, we did it. 10 1/4, no doubt. That's all we needed right there, guys. Beautiful little studly 10 1/2 inch or 10 1/4 inch black crappie. And this is by far my favorite size to eat anyways. That's amazing. Okay, we've caught probably 60 crappie no lie in this brush pile, like literally just this one pile, and we caught 5 keepers. It's time to go bass fishing. So we just abandoned our crappie fishing hole. I figure if we would have stayed there all afternoon, we could have continued to catch them and maybe, you know, put some more in the live well, but we were just not getting really the size caliber that we were hoping for. And we started kind of running out of daylight. We got about 2.5 hours of daylight to work with now. We're gonna try to catch some big bass. Like I said, there's some giants that live in this lake, and this is a great time of year to try to capitalize on a big bite. Primarily, I'm planning on throwing this guy right here. It's just a buzz bait with a 6-cent Divine Swim bait on there. I'm planning on throwing this kind of more in the calmer pockets, like over here on my left. And then when we get out here more on the main lake in the wind, gonna follow that up with just a chatterbait. That's all I'm throwing, and maybe I might change my mind, but this is the plan that I have moving forward, is chatterbait in the wind, buzzbait in the calm stuff. If that don't work, then I don't know. It should work. This stuff always works out here this time of year. But we're gonna do our best to see if we can't get a 5-pounder in the boat this afternoon. There we go, big one. Good one. Get in here, get in here, let's go. That's way better than a 7-inch crappie. That's a nice one. Chatterbait, baby. That is a beautiful bass to get things started as far as the bass fishing this afternoon. It's exactly what we wanted. We want some a little bigger, but this is excellent. He's gonna be probably close to 4 pounds. He's very long, but he's kind of skinny. We got the scale, we're gonna weigh him, but that is just an amazing fish. He fought so good on that chatterbait. Let's get him on the scale and see how big he is. 3.62. So a little over 3.5 pounds. Right at 19 inches long. Super solid fish, guys. Let's get a release on it and let's see if we can catch another one. Well, here's the deal, guys. I just fished through the stretch that I wanted to fish for bass. We caught that one good one right off the bat, but nothing since. I had a couple of bites from some small fish, and so I'm kind of conflicted on what I want to do. We don't have a whole lot of time left, and I'm trying to maximize the day. You know, had we gotten a few more bites, I would have just kept on going down the bank, kept fishing, but I think I need to turn around and go back out towards where we're crappie fishing, because there's a ton of bait fish over there. So I think I'm gonna hit the bank that leads into that pocket, throw the chatterbait and buzzbait around a little bit more, and then I'm actually going to run into that pocket, maybe try to catch a couple bass. But if that doesn't work, then I think I'm just gonna pick up the crappie pole and see if we can't put a few more slabs here in the live well. We got 5, and as it gets later in the day, those slabs should really turn on, and I don't wanna miss out on that. So that's the thing about this time of year. Daylight savings just started, and so it's getting dark at 5:30, and it kind of messes with me a little bit. But we're gonna try to catch a couple more bass, and then we're gonna try to catch a couple more crappie. We're gonna catch something. I don't know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna idle back across the other side of the lake and see if we can get into some more fish. Got him. It's like we never left, guys. Bass fishing didn't work out really the way we wanted it to, but we caught a nice bass, but now we're back here on the pile and they're still biting. We're gonna weed through these guys the rest of the afternoon. I think I'm gonna try to do a little bit of bobber fishing up by these trees here in a little bit, but we're gonna see if there's any big ones to pull up on this pile. Still got the crappie magnet on we had earlier. See if we can get another. We got a new smallest one of the day right there. There's a tree right here underneath the water. It's sitting at a 45-degree angle, and there's probably 500 crappie on it. And I think they're all small, but I'm gonna pitch in here a couple more times, and I swear I'm gonna pick up this bobber rig and catch one with the bobber. It's just like so hard not to because there's literally a bunch of them right there. That's a little better. That's a little better. Oh, we got a line burner. We got us another line burner. I think this is gonna be 10. What do you think?
I think it's 9 3/4.
9 3/4. Oh yeah. He don't even fit in there, he's so big. Dude, that thing's almost 11. Look at that. 11 inches right there. So he's like 10 3/4. Finally got us another keeper. Look at him. Look at those guys. We got you another friend. Whoa. Got you. Another one. See, I'm not mad when they're this size. I don't like the little super tiny skinny ones, but these guys got a little bit more meat on them. It's every cast, man. Every cast. We're gonna get another keeper. I can feel it. Make sure I catch 10 of these. 10 of these and we'll get another keeper. Now I wish it wasn't getting dark. Oh, 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 it's gonna be close. Oh gosh, he's trying to get me. I think it's gonna be a little short, but that could be our last keeper of the day. Oh, it's gonna be real close. It's gonna be real close. Can you do it? Oh, no doubt, no doubt. 10 and a half. 10 and a half incher. We did it. That, my friends, is not a monster crappie, but it is a good one to end on. A good solid keeper. I wish we could have caught more of these today, but we had a lot of fun catching a bunch of crappie. And I'm glad that we do have what we have in the live well. It's definitely enough for us to have a good mess for supper. Well, as y'all can see, we've lost all of our daylight. It's just barely 6 o'clock and it's pitch black dark, but we gave it all we had today. We caught a bunch of fish. We caught so many crappie. I'm not sure if the video conveys how many crappie we actually caught today. There's no way we could include all of them in today's episode. We literally got bit basically or caught a fish every cast. It was chaos. And I think we only ended up with 8 total keepers, but we were able to rally and catch ourselves a big bass to kind of throw into the mix, which that was a lot of fun. I wish we could have caught a few more bass, but that one, you know, really did it for me. Sometimes when you go fishing, you're gonna have days like today where you are catching a bunch of fish, but you're just not getting that size, and vice versa. Sometimes you're gonna go out and not catch very many and catch something but big ones. I'm not sure which one I prefer. Let me know in the comments which one you prefer, but we had a lot of fun out here nonetheless. If y'all would like to see us come back out here again in the future, let us know in the comment section. If you enjoy the video, hit that thumbs up button for us. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and we will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.